Hi everybody, this is Denise from All My Dolls, and this is kind of a random video that I made for Courtney last year and never uploaded. And it's actually a blend of two videos, and I unboxed the stuff that's at the end of the video before the stuff that's at the beginning of the video. But this is kind of how it's going. There's going to be a couple random uploads that never got uploaded that I'm over my Google storage and I got to send them somewhere. So here they go. Just want to make a disclaimer that there's a possibility that some of the stuff in the video has been sold out and retired already by the time you watch this video. Hello everyone, this is Denise at All My Dolls, and welcome to my sewing table, even though I'm not actually here to talk about what I'm sewing, but as you can see from all the junk in the background, quite a bit. So, of course, American Girl had their sale for June, and June is when I get my rewards for Berry members. I don't know if that's like for everybody, if there's different dates based on whatever, but it's June. So I had some, points and stuff. I never quite figure out how I managed to be a Berry member every year. I don't recall buying all that stuff, but obviously it's been like that for a while. So at any rate, I've been getting lots of Courtney stuff, as you know from another video. And I was thinking about holding off on that video until the sale, and I had decided what to purchase, but I guess we'll get another segment. So at any rate, as you can see, they had a lot of Courtney stuff for sale, and I got all the stuff I didn't have, with the exception of that green shirt with a tie and those blue shorts, which I absolutely cannot stand. So at any rate, here we go. I've been looking forward to this for some time. I don't even know if I want to take out the package. Yeah, I better. So at any rate, I have this thing with Kandinsky paintings, and it all started like when I was, well, I had to be younger than 14 because that's when we moved from Pittsburgh. But I was at elementary school, and there was a local bank, probably a melon bank, because that's what there were in Pittsburgh at that time. And we would go up to the bank and do all kind of transactions. And on the back of the wall was a painting by Kandinsky. And it's so funny because I'm not at all into modern art. I much prefer the Northern Renaissance, which is very specific, but yes, that's what I prefer. And so for some reason, that painting just struck me. Might have been the colors, the shapes. I don't really know what it was, but I absolutely love Kandinsky paintings. And so this pattern always reminds me of Kandinsky paintings. And so when I saw this tea, I just knew I had to have it. And I'm such a cheapo, so I wasn't paying like the real price for this tea. So when it went on sale, I had to have it. And they actually describe it as a graphic sweatshirt. To me, it's more like a 3/4 length tee, but that's fine. I love this thing. And actually, I was thinking about it. Someone was looking for 80s fabric. I might actually try reproducing this with on the Cricut with iron on, or not necessarily reproducing the exact shirt, but doing circles and squares and dots and squigglies, and then applying them to a different shirt with Cricut. Okay, so this right here, and this so reminds me of the Saved by the Bell sweater. And for life of me, I wasn't able to pull up an image on Google. I have to try to find it again. This is another one that I've wanted, was on my list, because it just really gives me that whole Saved by the Bell vibe. Was Saved by the Bell 80s or 90s? I don't actually know. I just remember I watched it in probably elementary school and middle school. more of these random squiggles and geometric shapes and bright greens and fuchsia pinks and purpley purples, color combinations that are not my favorite, but for some reason this sweater just, I don't know, I find it striking. Okay, so when you get Courtney, of course, she has the white boots on, and you just think to yourself, how come they didn't include this with her meet outfit? And of course, I know why. So I've been staring at this for some time, and the sale price was just unbelievable. There we go. Okay, so let me just say, I'm really very, very happy that I did not pay the full price for this jacket because it is super thin. It's much thinner than the material that I use to make the Liberty, what's it called? Tokyo Libby jacket. And that was a faux leather that I got from Hobby Lobby. So this is way thinner. It doesn't even give quite the feel of that one. With that said, it was only like $8, I think. And so I'm okay with $8. If I had paid more, I would not have been happy as a seamstress. And as you can see, it is backed. It's not lined. It's not serged. Seems like they just said, oh, the material won't fray, so we're just going to leave it raw like this. It's just definitely very cute. Okay, real quick, I'm going to go get the Tokyo Libby jacket. Okay, so this is the Tokyo Libby jacket that I made. And my one mistake was I I cut the sleeves. For some reason, the lining was off. I don't know, I was just probably going too fast. I was really excited about this. The lining was off, and so I cut the outer sleeves to match the inner sleeves. I should have just left it alone. So now this thing is on there tight, and it's not like real easy for me to pull off of her on and off. So the next one that I have cut, I've just decided that I'm going to leave it alone. So as you can see, this is my Tokyo Libby jacket, and it is fully lined. I don't have any raw edges showing. The lining goes all the way down to the sleeve here, joins in around this one. And this is also doubled. So the only edge you ever see is, I don't know if you can see inside there, where these two meet. And since this is a heavy faux leather with it feels like a micro suede back, then it's not light like this. So you're never going to get any fraying, basically. And this is, okay, heavy, stiff. And this was a sheet from Hobby Lobby. I think it took me 2 sheets to make this one. So looking at her jacket, like I said, I'm disappointed how thin it is. And now that I see it, I can easily see where my Cricut can cut the fringe from one of the tassel features, and I could pretty much replicate this jacket in a much better quality fabric. But like I said, it was on sale and I only paid a few bucks for it. Well, technically it was like maybe it was $8 or $10, and then I had $50 in rewards, so I didn't really pay that much for it. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, so next are the leggings. Now, when you look at the mix and match, let me see, because you get two different sets of mix and match. I have this skirt and this shirt. Another one I was disappointed about. Anyway, now the jacket, the hat and jellies. Missed the sunglasses, but I'm okay with that. The bag and watch, the shirt. These guys can't stand that thing. Hate those shorts. Hated those shorts in the 80s. I have the splatter dress, the tank, the oversized blazer. The denim jacket was before my Courtney time, and the denim pants. I really would like to get the denim jacket. I find it on the secondhand market. I hear the denim pants had a hard time fitting, and so I never got them. Even when they went on sale, I may or may not make a pair. We'll see. The high top sneakers are on back order, and they've been on back order. When I first went to buy them, there was a lot of negative feedback about how they didn't close properly or something like that. So I skipped them, and I really want them. And now they're on back order, so they're on back order till August. It'll probably wind up something that I wind up with for Christmas. Okay, so I got the sweater, already did that one. Have these guys. The cropped jacket, I don't know what happened. Never did wind up getting that. Not sure why I got the splatter print just without the cropped jacket, but if I can find it, I will get it. I have the skirt and suspenders, which is incredibly cute, but the suspenders are totally worthless. And I haven't figured out what to do about that yet. I need to take them up to Joann's and match sizes. I did actually buy a black pair of mitten clips, but I can never find the mitten clips at the same time that I am looking at the skirt, so I haven't put them together yet. They'll pop up again. I'm still looking for the flats and socks. I don't even remember ever seeing them, or I would have bought them. And I skipped accessories. Well, mainly because her ears are not pierced, and I'm not a big fan of scrunchies. I used to make them and sell them when I was in middle school. So if I feel like I'll just make her own. So I think I did pretty good with the mix and match. So I got the leggings because I just feel like I need all leggings. Why not? I didn't realize in the picture that these leggings were lace. I don't know why it never occurred to me. They're just purple. Never really looked at them too much. And of course, lace leggings were the thing. And then they were just had like the kind of tight leggings with the lace around the bottom. Okay, so here are these adorable blue leggings. And look at these guys, little cute lace leggings. I was actually never allowed to wear these in the 80s. A lot of this stuff, I grew up pretty conservatively, still am. And a lot of this stuff was considered like fast, like wearing lace stockings and lace leggings was like something that fast girls wore. It was too grown for little girls, as we would say. Fishnet stockings. They all had a kind of a fast, kind of flashy connotation back then. But Courtney is a Valley girl, and I was a Mid-Atlantic girl, so uh, you know, we kind of had our stereotypical thoughts about Valley girls that probably were unfair. And a lot of that stuff was propagated by TV. So when you grow up, you're like, that may not have even been a real thing. It was what you saw on TV, but not necessarily the way you operate in real life. Of course, you don't know that as a child. All right, here we go. I saved my two favorites for last. And we have Covey's Bollywood outfit and Courtney's exercise outfit. Okay, so Covey and I, we don't really have a relationship. Like, I know people talk about bonding with dolls and all that kind of stuff. I don't really bond with my dolls. To me, they are like fashion models, but there are some dolls that have stories that I can relate to more than other dolls. Or there are some dolls that have hobbies that closely resemble mine. And so I'm inclined to get things that are part of their hobbies. Okay, there are dolls like Kirsten who I have absolutely nothing in common with. And then there are dolls like, um, I don't know, dolls like Josefina who weaves like I do. And I just love Kit. Like, what can I say about her? She's just spunky. She's a news reporter. I did journalism in middle school and high school and college, and actually wrote for a living for quite some time in the past 10 years. She does photography. I did photography. I was my school photographer. There's all kind of things I have in common with Kit, besides the fact that she's an Ohioan, which I am now, and she's just cool. And so, like Covey, I didn't get Covey because anything I did resonated with her. I got Covey because, first of all, she's another Mary Grace Mold. She's beautiful, and I love the diversity that she represents. So, for the most part, I'm probably not going to get any of Covey's collection, but the Bollywood outfit just seemed to me like it was so glamorous that I felt like I had to buy it. And I didn't really want to spend 40 something dollars on it. And I peeked around and thought maybe I could recreate it like I did Claudia's glittery dress. And even though I still might buy the actual dress. But at any rate, I decided not to. And then when it came on sale, it was a no brainer. So I'm going to go with Covey's next. And I'm hoping it's actually worth the hype. And you know I'm going to critique the fabric and everything. So I really do love the presentation of the items in their boxes. Okay, so this is gorgeous. This is really gorgeous. Yeah, who does not like this outfit? Velcro always worries me. But of course, this outfit will be handled by an adult and teens. So I don't need to worry about that. Everything is serged on the inside. It's a beautiful, it's just a very beautiful top. Ooh, look at that, look at that. And of course, blue is my favorite color, and it gives off a blue in the camera, and it gives off more of a purple in real life, like a blue violet. Okay, so here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is a really nice double layer skirt with a satin feel, backed satin. Foiled on the top. Very nice lining. Very nice serging. It's really pretty and very well made. The occasional thread, but that's what happens when you deal with Velcro. Let's turn it inside out. Okay, that is absolutely beautiful. I have to make sure my own fingernails don't snag it. It's a nice material. It's lightweight, but doesn't feel cheap. I'd say it's about medium quality. Or I should say like medium weight quality. Not a really cheap and not a really heavy. Which is appropriate because you don't want the doll weighed down. Well, if you're a person, you really don't want to be weighed down by all that heavy fabric either. You got to give that some consideration. Look at this. Look how nicely the edges are serged, folded over. And stitched. And a little dot of Velcro, which I assume goes onto the headband. Oh, here we go. It's the headpiece that's going to sit on her head like this. It's nice. Backed, the little tab of Velcro. I'm just going to put that back in there. That way when she's not wearing it, the Velcro doesn't collect all that fuzz around there. I hate when that happens. I'm assuming that these are, actually, I'm not really sure what they are. I don't know if they are arm bracelets or ankle bracelets. I have to look at the picture of her wearing them, which there is no card in here. Let me see what the box says. It just says 2 bracelets. 1 top, 1 skirt, 2 bracelets. Face stickers, nail stickers, 1 dupatta, 1 tika, and a necklace. Okay, so it actually doesn't say which ones those are. I feel like I should know. I don't watch a ton of Bollywood. I do watch Bollywood, just not a ton. Okay, that's really cute. I wonder if I should be making more bracelets with Velcro like that. Okay, so let's see. These are earrings. I'm going to find out how well they're going to stick and stay. Once I stick them on, I probably won't be taking them off. Covey can just have them stuck on. So we'll find out over the years how long they're actually staying. Okay, and so here are the toenail polish stickers. These are white. Toenail polish stickers that are red. Fingernail polish stickers that are white. Fingernail polish stickers that are red. That's really cute. I'm going to use the red ones first. And I'll find out how long they stick too. Now, what I did get was the oversized jacket. Okay. This thing, it's really adorable in pictures. It desperately needs to be ironed. But it it, as far as the quality, it's a little kind of poly. It's not cotton, but this is about right for the 80s. Okay. It is absolutely adorable. Well, especially with the little flower on it. And of course, flower matches some of the other mix and match stuff. And that black and hot pink is just completely where it's at. Hot pink, that bright electric blue, that bright neon green and yellow. And the bright, oh, trying to get this box part. The bright green gives me like that 50s feeling from all that bright green tile and bathrooms that you find in the older houses. Just reliving that electric lime green all over and over again. So the reason why I got her accessories, okay, like, oh boy, I have never been really interested in pictures, but I wish I had pictures that I could show you of my mom in her like bright pink, bright orange church outfit, and that this oversized belt. There was like an oversized belt like this with that center plastic hoop for every outfit. I remember having white ones and all kind of other different colored ones. And somewhere I have pictures of her dressed. Like I said, I hate taking pictures. This hat, and somewhere I might even still have these hats somewhere. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, classic. It was these jelly shoes. Now, I toyed with the idea of going on eBay and getting like an off-brand pair of jelly shoes, and I probably will still get several off-brand pairs of jelly shoes in different colors. But I figured if I was going to get the jelly shoes, I'm going to go ahead and get Courtney's jelly shoes just to have something in her collection. I detest jelly shoes. Oh, I hate these things so much. Okay, so I have rather high arches. I need a lot of physical support. I tend to wear really sturdy loafers, or I wear tennis shoes, and I love Skechers. I do not wear flats. Even like my sandals are Skechers, like those big gladiator sandals. And I don't wear heels. So this shoe was the bane of my existence. They were flat. I could feel the ground walking on them. And I was always an active child, not a tomboy, but an active child. And so these shoes don't really stand up to running or playing, that kind of stuff. And so, you're running, chasing after your friends, and they strap would break. And it was just awful. And you wind up walking home with this, trying to keep your foot on the ground with this strap there, or walking barefoot, which I totally hated. Like my feet do not touch the physical ground. Um, no. And I don't like wearing shoes without socks. So for the most part, I don't wear many sandals. I can't stand the feel of the shoe on my foot. I like to have that sock as a buffer. So these jelly shoes, I hated these things. Absolutely refused to wear them. Everybody else was wearing them, and they stick to your feet. And like my feet sweat. They're horrible. And so it's like the jelly shoes are just, they are a symbol, just like the Walkman and the boombox and the oversized everything. They are a serious symbol of the 80s to me. So my Courtney just had to have these. All right, that's my mini haul. I don't even know if I want to call it a haul for now. I'm going to dress Courtney in something very much appropriate for her spring. And I'm probably going to wind up just going ahead and buying. Well, I definitely want the high top, but I probably want to buying pretty much as much of this stuff as I possibly can. Because although the 80s irked me, It is my childhood, and like I said, there's just something nostalgic about these outfits, even if I think they're horrible. Oh, yeah, I do remember wearing these shorts with like white tights. Oh my goodness. Just awful, 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 awful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.